And our first story, the Wa Circuit Court has sentenced 2 persons to 12 years imprisonment each in hard labor for committing robbery during broad daylight. The court, presided over by Justice Barforce in Japan, pronounced the sentence on the 2 after they pleaded guilty to the offense. They were accused of hitting the hand and snatching the bag of the plaintiff, who was observing traffic regulations around the Wa Polytechnic Junction. Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
Presenting the fact of the case to the Wa Circuit Court, Police Prosecutor Inspector Nyabi Stella stated that the plaintiff was riding a motorbike last Friday around 9:30 a.m. on the WFM road and moving towards the Wa Polytechnic Junction when the incident occurred. She had on her 150 Ghana cedis and personal documents on her bag hanging on her shoulder. On reaching the Wa Polytechnic Junction, the plaintiff stopped to observe traffic regulations when the 2 accused persons, namely Hakim Abdullahi, who was riding an unregistered motorbike, and Salam Dauda, as a pillion rider, popped up from the back of the plaintiff and suddenly attacked her. They hit the hand of the plaintiff, snatched her bag, and sped off. Inspector Nyabi told the court a witness in the case who saw the action chased them on his motorbike and succeeded in knocking them down. In his attempt to arrest them, Hakim Abdullahi pulled out a pair of scissors from his pocket and threatened to stab him if he dared touch them. The witness raised alarm, attracting passers-by who assisted him to arrest the duo. They later called the police, who came and arrested the accused persons to the Wa police station. The plaintiff had her bag retrieved, but the money which was in the bag was missing. The duo pleaded guilty to the court. Before handing over the sentence, the Wa Circuit Court judge, Justice Barforce Ajapon, stated that the issue of bags and motorbike snatching was on the rise in the Wa municipality, and it was important to hand the 2 accused persons each with a prison sentence of 12 years in hard labor to serve as a deterrent. The court also handed 5-year prison sentence to 2 men for stealing motorbikes. They are Inusa Abdul Rahman and Suleimana Dauda. Meanwhile, the Upper West Regional Command of the Ghana Police Service welcomed the Circuit Court's decision to sentence the duo to 12 years imprisonment in hard labor. ACP Edward Oduro Kwatan is the Deputy Upper West Regional Police Commander.
The Upper West Regional Police Command wishes to use this opportunity to thank the witness who assisted in the arrest of the suspect by chasing them on his own motorbike and succeeded in knocking them down at the peril of his life. Policing is a shared responsibility, and he will surely be rewarded by the Regional Command. Public should also volunteer information to assist us in the discharge of our duties.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Everyone can come up here. That's what the place is here. It's real.
And residents of communities in the Amansia West district of the Ashanti region, they've expressed mixed feelings ahead of the arrival of the Joint Police and Military Task Force to clamp down on illegal and small-scale mining. While farmers who are the hardest hit by the devastation caused by the activities of these illegal miners, they're optimistic. Galamsey operators also are fuming in anger amid panic over the fate of their businesses. Well, Prince Appiah traveled through some communities in one of the largest hubs of Galamsey and found this report.
Institutions operating in the area say savings withdrawal has increased since government announced the deployment of the anti-Galamsey Police Military Task Force. General Manager of Adumbi Cooperative Union, Enoch Boache, says fear has gripped many of the company's clients.
There are going to be police and soldiers combined, and if you dare try to confront them, they will shoot you dead. So majority of the people who were in today's Galamsey, some are even running away. and nobody will run away and leave his cash. So he will come and withdraw his money and leave. So it has increased our level of withdrawal per day. I'm yet to call for what has happened today, but I know it will increase as compared to yesterday's withdrawal. So withdrawal has been coming day in, day out, day in, day out. So for now we are treading cautiously. We are treading cautiously. Other than that, we will find ourselves wanting.
The Joint Military and Police Task Force is being deployed to Ashanti, Eastern and Western regions. It is to intensify the fight against the destruction of the environment, which has attracted concerns from many interest groups and individuals. Some Galamsey operatives are, however, angry at the deployment, accusing government of being unfair to them.
Serious and I'm here power most of the region. For soldiers for Saka on the Bahakrano. I gotta stand, brother. If you like for
we are disappointed in the president. We are surprised he's employing this kind of tactics to address the issue. The military are here as if they are going to war. It is scary. What have we done to deserve this? We voted him into power. This is not fair.
No, person like president when you lance by Juma.
Farmers are the worst hit by the negative effect of Galamsey activities, and they are excited about government measures to rescue them. A farmer cooperative union in Amansie West District, comprising of over 3,000 members, say it is prepared to support the military task force, Pastor Thomas Opong is president.
I'm glad very much that military men were coming to our side. We shall help them, even their most, everywhere they go, we can accompany them to the site. If they don't know any place, we can show them. We shall let our people to cook food for them. When the military men enter our area, I know that the Galamsey men will stop what they are doing. So I'm very glad about that.
District Chief Executive William Bedia Kwasante says the clampdown will in the end benefit all Ghanaians, including even the miners themselves.
In fact, their effort is to complement what we've been doing here already, and it's been a hell for us. So we are very, very excited that they are coming to assist us. But I'm sure with their presence, those who are recalcitrant, they will even advise themselves before they come.
Prince Apia reporting.
Another stories. In October last year, Joy News told the story of women in Bolgatanga who were compelled to weave their baskets in the open and are the mercy of bad weather, while shelters intended for them were left very much uncompleted. In the following report, Joy News Upper East regional correspondent Albert Sorry returned to Sumburungu community for an update on that story and also report that the shelters have been completed and the women are now reaping full benefit of the project.
As at October 2016, the shelters, which were funded by the Export Development and Agriculture Investment Fund, ADIF, now part of Exim Bank, were not completed. This left the women no choice but to weave their baskets under trees. As a result, their business was often interrupted by bad weather. Manager of the Bolgatanga Basket Weavers Cooperative Club, Charles Asabila, tells Joy News a second tranche of fund was released for the completion of the project shortly after the Joy News report last year.
Well, after Joy News covered the project, when we finished the first part, it didn't even take up to a month, and then the other tranche was released, and that's what we used to complete the building and up to the painting level now. And we are yet to commission it. We have sent the report to EDIF, now Exim Bank. We have sent the report to them waiting for the commissioning of the project. And so now what we want to add is that, in fact, actually they have actually helped us. Now almost all the communities, they don't have a problem having a say to weave.
The women say Their business is now moving faster since they have comfortable shelters to carry out their craft. They are appealing to government to consider setting up a straw baskets factory under the one district, one factory policy.
What we need now is for the government to support our group so that our business can grow. We have heard they want to set up factories in every district. Straw baskets are high in demand abroad, and our group is one of the best in straw basket weaving. So it will be good if the government gives us a factory.
We don't get enough money to buy lots of straw. This slows down the business. But with some help, we will work harder because we are poor women. As for the shelters that have been put up for us, we cannot thank them enough for their gesture.
In all, 12 of similar shelters have been put up at different communities for 1,100 women. The National Board for Small-Scale Industries developed the proposal for putting up the shelters at a cost of 375,000 Ghana cedis. Daniel Boafo is the acting Upper East Regional Manager for the National Board for Small-Scale Industries.
This area, some of them are farmers, and because we have only one farming season in the Upper East region, so during the dry season, you see that the women are idle and they don't have jobs to do. So some of them go down south to look for non-existing jobs. So with the establishment of this center, during the dry season, the women can be weaving for their livelihood and to also cater for their children. As a way forward, I think with this grant and with this structure, what we will need is some working capital so that they can buy more raw straws and store them so that the price of the straw will be lower if they are buying in bulk, so that they can be producing and also make a profit.
For Joy News, Albert Sori, reporting from Bolgatanga.
Well, so we have to go on to some other stories. And Chairman of the Election Dispute Adjudication Committee of the Ghana Journalists Association says the association ought to review its constitution to make it more functional. Yao Bwedu expressed disappointment about the election dispute which stalled the elections of the association, said the cause adjudication is a mere reflection of his committee's previous direction for the elections to proceed, which was not heeded by the election committee. He asked that going forward, both members and executives of the GJA must be more responsible with the association. He spoke on The Pulse with Gifty Ando-Apia on Tuesday.
You see, if the elections committee had been responsive enough to our decision, all this, because at the end of the day, it is what the conclusion that we drew, that is the same conclusion that the court is drawing. I feel disappointed. And that is the pain that some of us feel, that we as journalists look mean on ourselves. We said proceed with the elections. And if they had proceeded, no court action would have arisen. Some of the candidates said they wrote asking them what was happening to the decision of the election dispute, and they never got any response. And based on that lack of communication, they went to court. I would think that one of the things that we need to do is to look at the GJA constitution and make it more functional.
And on concerns about the efficiency of the GJA and subsequent calls for alternative association for journalists, Mr. Bwedu Ayubuafo outlines crucial interventions to make the GJA more attractive to all journalists across Ghana, but also adds that creating another association would only destroy the current one.
Plantering is one way of killing institutions. You know, the Ghana National Association of Teachers was a very powerful and potent body until NAT came, NAGRAT came, and then there's concern. And now sometimes you do not know who speaks for who. I think that it is better that we stay united, focused, and whatever that we need to bring to the table to make the association work, we do that rather than splintering. They should not look down upon themselves and think that because, look, the Ghana Bar Association, when we go to a conference, those who don't go, you pay more than those who go. One of the things that we have to decide is whether we need to employ a permanent secretary You know, when we do, then the secretary becomes the focus of mobilization of members.
An invention for irrigation presented by a 16-year-old student of the Galaxy International School here in Accra has won Ghana a gold medal at the Geoscience Olympiad held by the State University of New York in America. This year's competition received more than 1,000 project entries from some 71 countries across the world. It is the first time Ghana has won gold at the event. Creator of the product, 16-year-old Alex Amankwasari, has been explaining his idea to Joy News Gifty and Apia.
You put this in the soil.
Oh, in the soil?
Yes.
And then it communicates to this board right here?
Yes.
And then it does what?
Then it shows on this LCD.
Okay.
So when our preset value is because we're testing a lettuce plant.
Okay.
So our irrigation was done on a lettuce plant. So the lettuce plants, if it's below 70%, this the Arduino board tells this a relay, so it's like a switch.
Okay.
So when you want to turn on a light, you turn on. So the switch controls the pumps.
Okay.
So it tells the relay to turn on the pump, then it starts irrigating. So what makes it efficient is that this takes the specific amount of water in the soil, then feeds it to this. So we don't have to give it more water when it's not needed. That means we are saving water.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
When I place this around your farm, all you have to look at is this LCD. This LCD will tell you the level of the water in the soil.
Okay.
Yes. So when he sees that it's below it, you see that the machine turns the water pumps on.
Okay.
So he does not have to pick up any water tank or try and get someone to help him. It's done automatically. So this will be quite simple because if he has a phone, can just see it on it. So if he has a problem with the sensor, the board tells him that yes, you have a problem with the sensor.
I see.
I actually like to encourage the youth to get much into research and technology.
Well, so that's 16-year-old Alex Amankwasari, a gold winner, and he is a student of Galaxy International School here in Accra. Well, that'll be it for the news.